Hi class. My goal with this paper plate that all of you received is to end up getting this kind of ridge design, and a lot of you struggled with it the other day. I'm gonna make this video and challenge you guys to try it out. There's probably a lot of different ways you could do it, but I really want to show off just a wide gamma and extent of features that are possible, and sometimes what you have to use to do the crazy stuff. And some of you are gonna be like, "Really? You went through all that trouble just to make this little ridge look?" The answer is yes. Why do it? Because it's fun, because it's cool, it's crazy, right? So all of you got this sample plate. Do I think there's issues with the plate? Sure. Do I think the plate's a little too small, being 2 inches in radius, where that paper plate you got is probably like 8 inches in diameter? Yeah, probably some issues, but it looks good. We'll go with it, right? So what did I do? So I'm going to go ahead and start a new sketch on this plane that I started off with, right? So most of you started off with this kind of idea, and I love that you guys were thinking about it. Let's make some rectangle here. Great, looks good. Probably a little too thick, but whatever. A lot of you tried to go from there and you're like, okay, I'm gonna emboss it. Problem with embossing is when you went to select your face, you can only select one face, and then even when you went to do it, it gave you some error. So you were on the right track, but let's take it a step further. 3D sketch, right? So I'm gonna project this curve to a surface, and I'm going to create a 3D sketch, meaning it has like XYZ capabilities. What face do I want to do it on? I want to do it on all of these 3 faces. What do I want to project? I want to project this curve. And then what direction? It looks like the y-axis. So I want to project it onto the y-axis. There we go. We see that we have a curved 3D sketch. Great. So I'm going to go ahead and hide this just to get it out of our way for now. There we go. Now where do we go from here? So I can finish my sketch. So this is something you may not have messed around with, but one thing you guys should be aware of is you have to kind of create 2 separate bodies right now. You have this kind of sketch right here. This is what split does. It actually splits something into 2 different bodies. So I'm going to take this shape and this sketch and make it its own entity. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. What do I want to split it from? I want to split it from every kind of face it touches. Now you'll note it's 2 separate kind of entities altogether, right? It's not a sketch anymore. It's like a body now. It's an entity. And then I'm going to thicken. Okay, so now new feature, thicken. So thicken is something that acts kind of similar to embossment, but only works on a face. So I'm going to thicken. So I'm not going to do automatic bending because it's already bent to it. I'm actually going to do a cut instead. I'm going to make it 0.01, so it's very small. What am I going to do? These faces, where? Going downwards. Great. Okay, so it's been approximated. That's fine. That means there's just some overlapping cuts. And there we go. So that means I didn't pick something. Whoosh. Always some errors, right? What did I make the thickness of this? 0.001. Ah, no wonder. Ugh. So let me go back. I'm gonna thicken 0.001. Yeah, that makes sense. It's a pretty big difference. What do I want to thicken? These figures. I want to make it down. And I'm going to apply that. It's a little same thing. Great. Cool. Now if you go to your view and you look at it more realistic, you're going to say like, oh, okay, yeah, I see some kind of cut on it. That's cool. So most people would say like, oh, okay, great, you're almost done. You just got to do a circular pattern on it, right? Oh, if it was only that easy. Circular patterns don't work on all features, including this. You can't circular pattern a thicken. So I'm going to do something a little crazier, okay? So I'm going to bring this work plane back in, and I'm going to go ahead and try something new. So I'm going to create a 2D sketch on here. I'm going to go ahead and create a line. Actually, first I'm going to project the geometry of the very outside of the plate. Then I'm going to go ahead and from the center point out to that outside line, which clearly I didn't actually pick the outside line. I'm going to draw a line from the center to the outside. I'm going to go ahead and draw another line from here to the outside. Then one last one from here to the outside. Make this one a construction line. I'm going to go ahead and dimension from here to here and make it 5 degrees. I'm going to make it from here to here and measure it at 10 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and connect these with arcs. And I'm creating now an enclosed feature. Great. Why would I do that? Because if I can't revolve this feature, then I got to get smarter than the problem. I'm going to go ahead and select my profile, and I'm going to select that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to intersect everything except this slice. Now, what I can do is I can actually revolve this section or circular pattern, not a feature, but a body. And I'm going to do it around that same y-axis. How many times? Well, if I made it 10 degrees, I got to do it 336 times. And I have my plate. It may not look great when it's in this view, but if I go to realistic, yep, plate with ridges. Obviously, I could have done it on the top and bottom to make it more accurate, but I'm just showing you the kind of feature. I have the same look, and it looks like a plate. It looks like a paper plate that I bought from Costco. Isn't that crazy? So new things. I'm using intersect. I'm using thicken. I'm using split. I'm using 3D sketches. So many cool things on here. Watch the video if you need some help. But otherwise, that's the end of that. All right. Hope you liked it.